Hello and welcome to Bantam's SmallTalk. Sponsored by Peckover Transport. We give you results, not excuses. Hello and welcome to another edition of Bantam's SmallTalk. Sponsored by Peckover Transport. We give you results and not excuses. Today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the one and only Mark Bauer. First of all, Mark, thanks for coming last week. I know we're having to redo this interview, so thanks for your time and thanks for interviewing me down here today.
No problem, thanks for coming.
So can you first of all tell us, what did it first feel like to walk out of Valley Parade for the first time ever as a Bradford City player?
Amazing experience for me. You know, I'd grown up, started going to watch Bradford City when I was about 6-7 years old, and spent 10 years there as a supporter. You know, went week in week out, every home game we were there. Used to stand on the old Midland Road down there, so we're used to the surroundings a little bit. And then obviously as you're getting a bit older, you play school cup finals there, and then when I joined the club, you started playing the odd youth team game, reserve team game. So you kind of built up to it in a way, but playing that, you know, stepping out there first time, I think it were last game of the season, it'd been 1998, Portsmouth, who needed a result to stay up, and they brought loads of fans there. You know, right atmosphere to step out and actually play, be on the pitch with first team players were in front of a big crowd were, yeah, unreal experience. And then obviously as progressed a little bit more and you started playing a little bit more regularly, you know, I remember starting and winning for the first time in a home game, and that feeling were incredible. You know, winning a home game, playing with people like Stuart McCall and you know, proper players in front of your family and friends were amazing experience.
And obviously, how many goals did you score, and can you remember who your first goal was actually against?
Not too many, maybe 12, 15, somewhere around that number in my career. First one, I remember it, we were away at Norwich, Norwich City, I think.
Yep.
At the time they had a good side, but I think we were 2-3-0 up, and a couple of injuries in our back four, so I came on at centre half, and Andy Todd played her a big giant, you know, headed kick it type, and he was playing centre forward, and Jim Jeffries asked us to swap, so I went and played up front for the last half hour, and scored a goal. Malcolm Mackay, their centre half, had a bad touch across his 6-yard box, and I went in to tackle and block it, and luckily enough it ricocheted into the goal, and that was the fourth one and kind of tied the goal up really. So I always say to people, you know, I've got probably the best goal scoring ratio for any Bradford City centre forward in history. A goal every 30 minutes, that's 3 a game, 130 odd a season. So yeah, I think maybe a few managers missed a trick there. I should have played up front.
And which would you say was your most favourite goal?
I scored a few months after that. You know, I got into the team and started playing regular. We were playing Wimbledon away. You know, growing up, when I grew up, you saw Wimbledon were always associated with being a Premier League team, and you know, Selhurst Park, one of those grounds that were pretty famous. And 1-0 up in the game, and I sort of bent a run, timed my run quite well, and controlled it, and just placed it in the top corner outside of my left foot. That was probably my favourite goal, because I was playing in the team regularly at that point, and it was an important goal and an important time of the season at a place where you know, it were something that I've seen plenty of on TV.
3 straight wins had pushed Wimbledon within sight of the playoffs, but 4 games in 8 stamina-sapping days finally took their toll. Bradford, good value for the lead, given them by Ian Jess on the half out. There was a hint of offside about the Bantam second 20 minutes from time, but Mark Bauer wasn't complaining. It was his first goal for the club. Wimbledon kept battling, but didn't break through until stoppage time. A debatable penalty after David Weatherall was penalised for handball. David Connolly took the spot kick, but it wasn't enough to prevent Bradford's first ever win at Wimbledon.
And obviously, can I ask you, basically, you know, when you were growing up as a child, what made you want to be a footballer, and who did you play for, like, as a kid when you were?
I think it's just in you, isn't it? I think football, it's in the blood. I think your family and your friends, you know, most people have got interest in either playing or watching football, and luckily enough I were okay at it, so kind of progressed through and played at a decent level, and just it were in my blood. My first team that I played for, my club team locally, were Queensbury Celtic, up there, so that were a really good grounding, because especially in the winter it's a really cold place, so you need to be tough to play there. And you know, seeing a few kids in tears at the end of games there when it's been freezing cold and howling winds, so yeah, good ground in there. Really enjoyed it. Really good club, well run, and still going strong today. They are, yeah.
That's brilliant. What advice would you give to a younger self? So if you could give advice to you at a younger age or any young footballer?
I think when I look back now and I played, I joined City in 1996. I was there till 2009. I was there for 13 years. Obviously part of the youth set-up and sometimes in the team and not when I was a bit older. But I just think I didn't enjoy it enough. I should have enjoyed it more. Living out a lot of people's dream, and I think because you're a defender, your job is to not let teams score goals, and probably felt that pressure and probably didn't enjoy it as much as I should have done, because since coming out of it and realising what the real world's like and having to do a real job, you don't realise how lucky you are when you're doing it. So I wish I'd have probably enjoyed it a little bit more, because it was good, amazing. When you won, being local and it being my team, it felt like a bit more special when you won a game. Likewise, when you lost, it was horrendous and felt probably worse than it does when you're a supporting the team. So but yeah, I should have enjoyed it more, embraced it a little bit more from that point of view.
Yeah, I understand that. So when you went to like away games, obviously travelled quite far when you were staying over, who did you room with them? Can you remember sort of any funny moments?
Yeah, well, I was there for quite a long time, so I've had numerous roommates over the years. Used to when we were young lads and getting on the first team trips, people like Gareth Grant, roomed with him quite a lot. Good lad Grant, he got on really well with him, and then every now and again you got put with some of the oldest players. I remember rooming with Stan Collymore once and hearing him talking to some celebrities on his phone overnight on one of the trips. And then as I got a bit older and played a bit more regular, like Stephen Schumacher, roomed with him quite a lot. We used to have he instigated quite a few Pro Evolution Soccer tournaments on the old PlayStation back then, so we had a few trips going on with that. But yeah, various over the years, and stayed in some pretty nice hotels and some pretty dreadful ones.
Do you plan to return to management, or are you just going to continue with your business here at Hamilton Bower?
Well, part-time what I've been doing for the last 10 years, it fits in with what I do with my work life. So I think, first 6-7 years of doing the management, we had pretty competitive budgets at Guiseley and Bradford Park Avenue, so we were able to compete pretty well at the level that we were at. And it was a good level, some good lads, some good players that have gone on and played Football League, and you see teams playing the likes of City now in League Two, Harrogate Towns, your Barrows. We were competing regularly with them a few years ago, so it just shows a level of player that play at the level. But yeah, it fits in nice. The part-time fits in nice with what I do from a work point of view. I'm enjoying a bit of time away from it, because for the last 3 years at Avenue it's been really, really difficult. Working with a bit of a shoestring budget really, and trying to keep your head above water. It's been tough, and it's when you step out of it you probably realise how much time, effort, and everything you're putting into it away from work. So it's been nice to spend a bit more time with the family, have a little bit more of a chilled out Sunday, and not have to worry about what's gone on the Saturday before or what's to come in the weekend. So yeah, I've been enjoying to take a little bit of time off and just see if there's an opportunity comes up where I feel like I can take something forward and be challenging at the right end of the league, then I'd be interested in doing that.
Yeah, well, obviously wish you all the best of luck. But we're talking about your business here, Hamilton Bower. How are things going for you?
Yeah, good.
And are you the sole owner?
I am now, yeah. We opened in Shipley. We're in the Shipley office here, just down the road from the ground. I left City in the summer of 2009 and went to Darlington. I think I realised that my career was quickly going downhill, and it was time to think about something else. And James Hamilton, who I started it with, a good friend of mine, he wanted to come back and open his own up. So we came together to do that, and within, I never really intended to work in it, but within sort of 6 months up, I was opening in March 2010. I was pretty much working in here full time, and we've sort of built it up. Since then, got another branch in North Arm in Halifax, which is where I live now. James decided to take a step back about 18 months ago. He's gone off to live in Tenerife, so I'm left in Shipley. He's living in the sun in Tenerife. But yeah, it's going pretty well. We've built up a good client base over many years, and I like to think that we do a good job for people. We've had some pretty happy customers over the years, and hopefully many more to come.
Good. What about have you ever sold any players who was a City player? Current or past?
We used to deal with Wendy, who dealt with the player liaison a few years back. About putting a couple of lads in rented accommodation. I think you find now, especially at this level at City, because lads are on short-term deals, they generally don't up sticks and move into the area as much as maybe what they would have done 15, 20 years ago. So lads sort of travelling as much, but yeah, we've dealt with one or two over the years.
That's brilliant. And have you ever considered returning to City yourself, perhaps in any role, if you could? Or is that not something you?
Not really. Over the last 10 years, I've never really had time to consider anything like that. Obviously, I've managed at a completely different level, so can't see anything like that ever being the case. But no, I just would like to go back as a supporter. Obviously, been able to watch a couple more games since I've been finished at Avenue, giving me more time to do that. I think I'm doing the radio down at Chillingham in a couple of weeks, so that'll be a good little overnight trip. Not done one of them for a few years, so looking forward to that. And yeah, just be able to take me, especially my youngest lad who's barely been, get him down there and watch a few games and just be a supporter and enjoy it from that point of view.
Exactly, I completely agree with you. What would you say is the most intimidating ground you've been at, say, as a player or what? Even as a fan? But
I remember, I mean, when Valley Parade's rocking, it's class, when you used to get in front and playing towards the cop second half, it was as good as anywhere. So yeah, always enjoyed that. Places like away at Leicester, funnily enough, played West Brom at home and they need a win to be going into their last game to be able to get in the Premier League, and they got a penalty in injury time, and I never heard a noise like it when they scored, and that was just from 3,000 in the away end. But yeah, Millwall were always one. You're probably safer playing at Millwall, because if you were sub at Millwall, you used to get some real abuse down there, so that were always a bit of an eye opener, some of the characters down there. And yeah, enjoyed playing in the Huddersfield games, although it wasn't particularly a great atmosphere at their place for it. But yeah, we had a couple of good results there in games that I played in, so yeah, enjoyed it there.
Yeah, and what's the first result you look out for on a Saturday? Is it Bradford?
Yeah, it's always been City. Like I say, I used to started going to watch from 6, 7 years old. And first team I went to watch was that team with like John Hendry, Stuart McCall, when they nearly got promoted to the top division back then. So it's always been City, and you have a soft spot for the teams that I spent a long time at City, spent a long time at Guiseley, and I spent a long time at Avenue. So always have we'll always keep an eye on their results. But yeah, always going to be City.
Yeah, and can I ask you, who was your idol as a child, football-wise?
Yeah, well, back then, when I started really being able to understand a little bit more what was going on, you get to 9, 10, 11 years old and you see players, and I really liked Brian Tinian, sort of left back, left midfield player. Used to play in front of us on the Midland Road first half. I was left footed, he had a lovely left foot on him, and always liked watching him play and try to copy one or two of the things he did as a kid. So yeah, he was probably one that stands out as one that I liked. I think obviously anyone that grew up my age, Stuart McCall, John Hendry, people like that are the ones that really stand out. But yeah, Brian Tinian were a real good player, went on to do really well afterwards, didn't he, in playing for Bristol City and managing them as well. So yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Before we move on to a bit of fun and games, going back to your business, my friends, how's it affecting like the mortgage rates of the
It's been a difficult last sort of 18 months since the disastrous mini budget of Liz Truss and Kwasi. It's definitely put people off, and this past calendar year, while rates have been going up, I think you're seeing people just very cautious, so market's definitely been a bit slower. But over the last few months, mortgage rates have started coming down slightly, so it's made it a bit more affordable. People seem to have a bit more confidence, and we sold a lot of housing in November, which is really rare. So hopefully that signs that it'll pick up again, and it'll be a little bit more, or it'll be easier for people if they're looking to buy, if they've got that certainty that things have just stabilised now.
Yeah, so we're just going to finish off by obviously when Bradford City signed players, it's called like getting to know who they're signed. And do you remember it used to be on Soccer AM?
Yeah.
So basically, can you first give fans your full name, please?
Mark Bauer.
What did you have you had a nickname?
Yeah, everyone always, wherever I've been, whatever clubs, always Bowser.
Yep. How old are you, buddy?
43.
Yeah. Obviously, to remind some fans that haven't seen you play, just remind us what position you actually did play in.
Yeah, centre back, played a little bit of left back and 30 minutes as a centre forward.
Yep. Where are you from?
Born in Bradford, grew up in Wibsey, went to St Bede School.
Yep. If you weren't a footballer, what do you think you would have been? Would you continue perhaps here?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. All I wanted to do as a kid was a footballer, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah, your favourite footballing moment?
Probably it was as a manager at Guiseley when we were 2-0 down in a playoff final. We scored 3 in the second half to win 3-2.
Well, best friend in football then?
Best friend, probably Craig Bates, who was apprentice goalkeeper at Bradford City. Still really close with him now, and he's a big City fan now. He's always telling me what's going on when I've not been.
Yeah, the best player you played with?
Best player I played with, David Weatherall. Just struck up a really good partnership with him and really enjoyed playing with him.
Let's bring them going. And best player played against?
Robbie Fowler. He scored 5 goals.
My friend will love that because he's a Liverpool man. So if you live in Mike.
Yeah, got 5 goals. Far too good for me.
Yeah, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Good on, we all like that one.
No doubt.
Favourite curry?
Merg McCartney medium from Bantams on Great Orton Road.
That's brilliant. Signature dish can you cook?
I do a nice sausage pasta in a tomato sauce with a bit of fennel. Yeah, that's my best one.
And we'll go. What's your karaoke song then? When you...
I don't sing. I've never sung a karaoke song in my life.
Alright, so
no renditions.
So obviously I want to thank you for your time, but before we sort of end this interview, is there anything you want to mention or anyone you want to give a message to, or the Bradford City fans to get behind the team? Because we're not doing very well at the moment, but apparently some fans are considering protesting. Like I think
you've got a manager in now that knows the level that City are playing at. I think you've seen the last couple of weeks how results have picked up and performances have been a little bit more, probably what people want, a bit more on the front foot, aggressive, a bit more tempo to the play, and a little bit more exciting than maybe what it's been in recent times. And I've got a lot of faith in the manager in that I think he knows the level, he knows what he wants, and he's very straightforward. And I think when you see the impact that he's had already, and give him a January transfer window, he's got a little bit of time to assess the squad he's got now. I think there's always that team that comes good second half of the season and puts a run together and comes into the playoffs with momentum, and that could definitely be City. There's loads of the season left to go, and just hope that fans can get behind the team, because I've been in that position on the pitch where both sides when it's a bit of a difficult atmosphere and a few fans are on players' backs, the players will go into the shells a little bit. It makes it difficult, but on the other hand, when the fans are behind them and they sense that that the lads are giving everything they've got and get behind the team, it's a massive bonus and a massive help for the team. So yeah, I think why not? Why can't everyone come together, be positive and get behind this new manager and team, and if they do that and the players respond and get results, then every chance of achieving what's a goal, which is promotion.
Yeah, I think we can still do it, but obviously I'll always support the club no matter what happens. But so I want to thank you for your time and obviously invite me down to your estate agents and make sure you have a good night, whatever.
Cheers, Nick.
Cheers, Nick. Thanks.